Hello, this is Stephen Buyze from Advanced Global MSP Coaching. And in the forum, somebody posted the question about how, when you click on the accept button, can you put the ticket in your name, put the ticket in progress, a date stamp of when you've accepted it, and then also add it to your work list. So we're in our demo environment here. This is our technician dashboard, ready to engage, where the tickets are that you can engage on at will. Service calls scheduled so that a tech always knows the next time they're scheduled to be directly with the customer. And then all the waiting tickets so they don't drift away. They stay visible here, and it's sorted by last activity date. So the accept button that I believe that they're talking about is this one here, where you check mark here, and then you get to this list where you can accept selected tickets. I believe that's what they're asking about. And that function only does one thing. It puts the ticket in your name. I don't know of any configurations. I've been all over Autotask. I've never seen a way to change those settings. You can click on the question mark here, go to online documentation, and click accept button, and see if there's a way to modify it. Matter of fact, let's just take a moment and do that and just see what documentation says. What can we help you find? Accept. Let's see, did I spell it right? Accept or decline, introducing how to review, accept or decline tickets that have been outsourced to you, how to accept tickets to your database, tickets, how to find tickets or accept unassigned tickets. Let's take a look at that and just see what it says. So you have add and edit. There's multiple ways to find it. It's in a bunch of different places. My Service Desk workspace is one of those. So as you can see through here, there isn't any way to modify that except right click on a ticket in a ticket list or any ticket search, select accept ticket on the ticket page, accept in the toolbar. So anyway, there isn't any way in here of a way to modify that accept button, or they would have indicated it, which was my suspicion. But keep in mind, anytime you can click on the question mark and get to client docs or Autotask documentation about how the software works. So I do have kind of a mechanism that you can build to do this. And I would use speed codes. And in speed codes, you can assign the ticket to yourself, and you can put it in progress. And then the second level of the mechanism that I would use is that when I put it in progress, that would set the resolution plan, or what we call tech engagement, in an SLA automation. And I'll show you where you can check that and set that up. And then so that's going to date stamp it there. And then you could have a workflow rule that anytime a ticket was changed to my name, that it would put it on my work list. Or you could set it up that anytime the resource name was changed, doesn't matter who it is, just anytime it's changed, it would put it in that resource's work list. So those are a couple of three different things that would have to be put in place to do what this person is asking to do. So I'm going to jump over to this screen. I'm going to go to the admin module. And in the admin module, Speed codes are underneath automation, and they're actually called form templates. We call them speed codes. I'm going to make this a ticket speed code. This is called a speed code because of this, and I'd put the word accept there. In the form template, I would call the form template and you could go into even more that this is one part of a 3-part mechanism. Speed code. SLA and workflow rule is taking in order to duplicate what this is. So as we go down through these fields, primary resource should always be me. And actually, if I was smart, I'd assign all my tickets to Leanne. But anyway, and put down engineer. That's my highest billable rate at the moment. Change the status to in progress. There isn't a way in the speed code to add it to my work list. That is going to take a workflow rule. One thing you could do is send a notification, and that notification would also be time stamped as to when you set this speed code. But that's a second level way of doing it. The ticket number would be in the subject line, so you could send it support at, and it would add a note in the ticket that when you accepted it, and especially if you make the title, pick a notification template, send email from that notification template could have accepted ticket in the title, and then you could easily use a live report to search for notes, ticket notes that have accepted in the ticket title or in the note title, because that's where the you do that all through the notification, and then again you'd have a timestamp in the ticket of when you accepted it. You could create a live report and get to it fairly easy. That wasn't the direction I was thinking of going. I was thinking of using the SLA, which I'll show you also. But there's another way you could do this, or email to support. Yeah. So there's two ways you could set the timestamp. One is an email to support at, which adds a note in the ticket, and then you could write a live report to find those notes. Or you could use the SLA automation, set the resolution plan or tech engagement timestamp, and then write a report to get that. And then again, last but not least, a workflow rule. So I'm going to cancel out of this. Just kind of remember this is a speed code. It's going to put this ticket in my name, and it's going to change the status to in progress. And you may or may not have it kicking off a notification here at the bottom. So there's that. Then I'm going to go to the SLA automation. So I'm going to back out of form templates. We're already in the automation tab. I'm going to I need to jump over to features and settings, go to the service desk. The first place I'm going to take you is to statuses. And you can see here that the ready to engage status, dispatch remote, and dispatch onsite sets the first response flag that we have in progress setting the resolution plan. So the minute this ticket is put in progress, that's going to give a timestamp of the resolution plan. If you want to know what that looks like, we can pick a ticket here. This one is installing air conditioning, so it's more of a project. But then you go to tools in history. And we can get to this with live reports also, so you don't have to make it a manual process. And you can see this ticket was put first response on January 8th at 10:36 in the morning, and when it hasn't been put in progress yet. So let's just, for grins, let's change the status ready to engage, because that's what set that priority. And let's change it to in progress. And I'm just going to save it. I'm not going to close it. And then I'm going to wait 6 seconds. And the reason I'm waiting 6 seconds is so that it gives Autotask time for the SLA automation to run and set that resolution plan timestamp. So I think that's been 6 seconds of hot air. So let's go into the ticket history. And sure enough, there you can see that on June 16th, 5:26 p.m. Is when this ticket was put in progress. So there's your date stamp of when did you accept it. And again, if you need actually that accept notification, that way it would work with escalations and taking tickets from other techs. You could tell that when you accepted it as opposed to anybody else. And again, the same live report, one place pulls the tech engagement timestamp, the other one pulls the ticket note accept timestamp. But either way, you could get to them. So there's that piece. And then the last piece that we were talking about is the workflow rule. So we're back in the admin module. I'm going to the automation and go to the workflow rule. And so I would click a new workflow rule. I would title it accept ticket. And then, edited by, you could, and then you're going to want to go primary resource. Here we go, is change to, and then you're going to put your name in here again. And like I said earlier, I really should put it in Leanne's name, but anyway. And then down here a little bit further under the actions, the last action item, and wouldn't you know it, I have a record button in my way. Right here, add ticket to primary resources work list. Check that. And that's the third component of this mechanism. We have a speed code that puts the ticket in your name and sets it in progress. The trigger of being status set to in progress, change to in progress, sets the timestamp in the SLA. Or you could fire a notification out of the speed code going to your support at email address, and it would add a note in the ticket with a timestamp saying that this is when you accepted the ticket. You could then run a report on it. That actually is the better way to go, the more I think about it. And then the last thing is to create a workflow rule that is probably titled accepted ticket added to work list. I hope this has been helpful. I wish there was one way we could just edit the accept button and give it like 15 things to do, like maybe bring me a hot cup of coffee and a fresh donut. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. If it hasn't been, please email me, sbuzzy at Advanced Global MSP Coaching.